If there's anything, just write on the text on the chat. Let's start in page 2. Ideally, start by setting up your practice space. If possible, have an image of Mother Tara in front of you as you practice. Place some offerings in front of her image. We have a tanka, we have some flowers, fruit, candle, incense. Mother Tara doesn't need anything, but our offerings are essential to open up this flow of healing energy and creative of energy of abundance. Tara is also the energy of abundance. So if you cannot make actual physical offerings because there was no time, or you're practicing in a plane, or lying on a bank, you can just imagine there. Just imagine the most exquisite, incredible things. Every time I go to Whole Foods, I enter there and I just imagine I offer all the exquisite things to Tara. Or if I drive somewhere that I see something beautiful, or I used to walk down Barcelona, Paseo de Gracia, there's lots of super fancy jewelry stores. So I would just offer all that to Tara. So then let's start with centering and purifying breathing at your own pace. Everybody knows how to do it. Remember, you're inhaling the purest healing essence of the 5 elements and exhaling any kind of obstacles, ailments, stress. So with the mind clear, feel present in the moment. Feel this profound sense of rejoice for being able to access these teachings, to practice these teachings together, that many people have attained complete liberation. So many people have attained both the temporary goals, which are what we want, well-being, love, healing, abundance, creativity, whatever is it that you want from your actual life. And then many practitioners have accomplished full and complete awakening, full and complete liberation through Tara practice, through the blessings of Tara. So therefore feel this profound sense of joy, of gratitude towards all sentient beings that have made this possible. Your parents, your grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, all our teachers that have passed down these teachings to Tara herself, for making herself available. And then bring that to mind, the motivation for the practice. So in page 3, first the personal motivation. The focus of this practice, I decided to do this practice because there were questions from several people on how to help others. And Tara is a credible way to help others. So if you have first, you should have some sort of personal motivation for yourself. No, you don't have to, but I'm sure you need something, or you will like something. So think what you would like to accomplish in your own life through this practice, and either verbally or mentally you can state it. I'm going to practice Noble Mother Tara's mantra to whatever, fill in the blank. And when you are, this is between you and Tara, so be as bold, as clear as you want. And when I talk to my mother, if I want something, I never go with things around. Just, this is what I want, Mama. And then she helps. So with Tara, it's the same thing. Just whatever you really need, and develop this certainty. Okay, this is so, this is granted, this is happening. And then if you are thinking of practicing for somebody else, it's not necessary. You could do just this practice for yourself. But I divided here in 3 parts. So you could think of the altruistic motivation, which if you're practicing to help somebody who is ill or who is going through any kind of challenges. So here is where you bring them to mind, and you state whatever it is that you're aiming at helping them with. So visualize them in front of you, visualize them happy, visualize them fulfilled, content, opening the energy flow towards that goal. And this could be somebody, who has been giving you a hard time, and they are suffering, or so it's not just, your child or your spouse or, your parents. It could be somebody, an ex-husband who is really giving you a hard time, or an ex-girlfriend, or somebody who's been mean to you, So I'm going to practice Noble Mother Tara's mantra to help this person. You state the name to, and whatever it is, to heal, to recover their abundance, their creativity, to heal from their depression, whatever it is. And it can be also more than one person. You could think my children or my, but it's important to be specific in terms of what you want to accomplish. And then again, after you read, or if you had write it down, or if you think of your altruistic motivation, let it rest in your mind and really perceive this person or these people fully satisfied and content, truly at peace in their hearts. This could also be a very good practice, for example, for somebody that you know is transitioning, it's dying and there's no way back. So this could be also a very good practice for that. In that way, you would think, I'm going to practice Tara's mantra to help this person to have a peaceful death, a joyful death, and to attain liberation during the death state, for example. And then with this profound sense of joy, this profound sense of gratitude, and we read in page 3, we read the general altruistic motivation. May all Mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness, loving kindness, compassion, and wisdom. May all Mother sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering, fear, anger, hatred, and ignorance. May all Mother sentient beings live always in happiness, free from sorrow and jealousy. May all Mother sentient beings rest in equanimity, free from attachment to dear ones and aversion to others. May all the illnesses that afflict the bodies and minds of sentient beings be healed, and may no illness ever occur again. All Mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness. May they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they reach the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. So all these people, all beings just think they're happy. That's really the ultimate intent of Mother Tara, of any mother, to care for their children and see them happy and joyful and growing. So in the same way, a mother is able to love and to understand that her children are growing, so the same way we do this aspiration prayers, so that all sentient beings, regardless of what they've done to us, what they are doing that we approve or don't approve, we pray, we awaken this motivation that through our practice, through all practices, may they connect with that basic fundamental goodness in their heart, basic fundamental joy, and that basic fundamental desire to be of service and to love others. So this is what we call this part is the preliminaries, and then we start with the main part of the practice. So I sent a couple of pictures of Tara, and I also mentioned that if Tara, in a way, even though it sounds good, is foreign, it's okay. You could use Mary. You can use anything that, so any form of female deity that you feel drawn to. All deities in essence are the same deity. They just present different characteristics. So if you have a picture of Tara, look at the picture of Tara, or you look at the picture of Tara, the image of Tara in the screen. And then close your eyes and imagine Tara. So she's in front of you and above, like almost in 45 degrees. She's floating in the sky. If you want to get a bit more, she's floating on this beautiful lotus flower that represents the state of purity, and at the same time the state of, even though it's floating, the state of being grounded. And her right hand is stretched over her knee. It's symbolizing the intent to benefit those who are underneath her protection. And her left hand is holding a flower, a beautiful flower, symbolizing that in essence everything is pure by nature. And then any offering that you have prepared, or any offerings that you can imagine them, presenting them to Tara, to our Heavenly Mother. And it's like, imagine your children bring you something and you might not need anything, but you think, oh, that was so kind of you, thank you for thinking of me, this is beautiful. And, you bring her flowers, or you bring her, nice, delicious treats that she likes, or anything that you like, that you imagine she's gonna like. And then there's this connection of tenderness between this infinite space of loving, boundless compassion, joy that is Tara, and your being. And knowing that we are the same, yet, obviously we are here in our physical body, then we read the following supplication in page 4. Glorious Mother, noble Tara, I supplicate you. Please bestow your blessings upon us. Bless us to pacify all defilements and obstacles to realizing our true nature. Bless us with all virtues and good circumstances in our life. Please bless us right now, bless us right here. So at your own pace, read this a couple more times, silently or aloud, imagining Tara in front of you, and she's happy, she's smiling at you. And
please bestow your
you're just
blessing.
making this request.
Bless us to pacify all defilements and
It's not that,
obstacles to realizing
Tara,
our true
that your
nature.
mother in any way doesn't want always good things to you, but the
Bless us with
requests open up
virtues,
the flow, bring the
good
attention to specific
circumstances in our life.
situations.
Please
Read
bless
at
us
your own
right now.
pace
Bless us right
the supplication, and feel it, like all the cells on your body, like all the hair and the bones, everything, deep from your being.
now. I supplicate you, please bestow your blessings upon us. Bless us to pacify all defilements and obstacles to reading our true nature. Bless us with all virtues and good circumstances in our life. Please bless us right now.
Then Tara is smiling at you, she's so happy, and she's radiating this beautiful love, this healing energy, this wisdom. She's directing all good qualities towards and virtues towards you, empowering you. And her presence in your mind, in your body, in your surroundings transforms the space where you are into this delightful, pure realm. So it's still your house or wherever you are, but suddenly it's very beautiful, it's shining, it's vibrating with this very beautiful, exquisite healing energy. and radiates from your space, through your house, through your properties, to the neighbors, the whole city, the whole state, the whole country, the whole world, the whole universe. And then feeling immersed in Tara's loving light, we don't only supplicate her to bring her attention towards us, but we actually say, really, I trust you. I know I can take refuge in you. I know you are here to help me. I know the image that you are envisioning, I know this actually represents the pure potentiality of all life. A life of joy, a life of well-being, a life of abundance, a life of friendship, a life of wisdom. So for that, instead of taking refuge in chocolate or in alcohol or in shopping or in whatever, we take refuge in a worldly way, to in anger, in any kind of emotions. We actually, no, actually, I think you are my best refuge. You are my best source of support. So then we say Namo. You don't need to say homage. Namo means homage, salutations. So Namo, Mother, Noble Tara, the three jewels, and the ocean like of victorious ones. I and all sentient beings with unpointed devotion go for refuge until complete enlightenment. So we read this 2 more times. Namo, to Mother Noble Tara, to the three jewels, the ocean like of victorious ones, I and all sentient beings with one point in devotion go for refuge until complete awakening. Namo, Mother Noble Tara, the three jewels and the ocean like of victorious ones, I and all sentient beings with one point in devotion go for refuge until complete awakening. So you're saying, in you I trust.
In the exhale I am all sentient beings.
The three jewels in which we're taking refuge are unconditional love, which sometimes is called the Buddha, the path of unconditional love, that sometimes is called the Dharma, and then those who can show the path to realizing this unconditional love because they are either very close to that sublime state or they have realized it themselves. And then the victorious ones are the ones who have realized this sublime state of full wisdom and unconditional love. So you have this profound motivation for yourself, for somebody else, for others, and we have visualized, we have invoked Tara, we have made offerings, we have taken refuge. So Tara is in front of us, is radiating all these qualities around us, and also at the same time, Tara is in our heart, in our minds, as the profound desire to live a joyful, wakeful life where we are of service to others, knowing that that's the most direct path to complete awakening. So in this process of foreplay, in this process of enticing, of persuading, of seducing all these energies to really awaken and be present within us, to remain, we now invoke Tara's blessings with these two short prayers written by Garchen Rinpoche and Osel Dorje. O Mother of the three times awakened ones, your love, we're on page 5, your love for all beings is like the love of a mother for her only child. Through your compassion, we purify selfish emotions and ignorance of our essence. Through your love, we complete the accumulations of merit and wisdom and realize our divine potential. In all lifetimes, you protect us from all perils and increase our well-being, spiritual insight, virtue, longevity, and abundance. Fully released from the iron shackles of self-grasping, may our altruistic intent and benefit to beings become inseparable from yours. Mother, accomplish whatever petitions are made by practitioners with pure intent. Homage to you, noble Tara, the swift protector. Dear Tara, you who are the mother of the victorious ones of the past, present, and future, please deliver us from all the perils, merciful goddess. Heavenly Mother, you who with 100 names are the protectors from danger and suffering, think of us with compassion. Venerable Lady, in all circumstances, now in the future and during the death process, hold us with constant inseparable love. Please, Mother, bestow your magnificent blessings so that outer, inner, and hidden obstacles are pacified and our highest intentions be swiftly accomplished. Fully released from the iron shackles of self-grasping, may our altruistic intent and benefit to beings become inseparable from yours. These two prayers very, very beautiful, and it contain really the whole spiritual path. So you can, when you do this practice, or before bed, or if you like, you can choose one or both of them, and then just read it slowly and mix the words around in a way that it makes you understand it better, and just feel it, like Mother of all the enlightened beings, you who love every single of us as a mother loves her only child. Many of you are mothers or fathers. Imagine the love, for a child. Imagine a love so powerful that through your love and your compassion, you can actually protect, you can purify all emotions. So the essence of this practice is really in this sentence here. Fully released from the iron shackles of self-grasping, may my altruistic intent, may our altruistic intent and benefit to beings become inseparable from yours. We invite Tara, we go to Tara, Tara comes to us, we become one with Tara, we're inseparable from Tara. And therefore we embody your self-loving ability, also very wrathful ability sometimes, extremely forceful, able to dispel all obstacles, able to break down through all kinds of provocations, everything. It has both sides, very mild, very loving, and very loving, but at the same time very cutting through, very strong. Mama bear. Tara's strength, it never comes from anger. It comes from dispelling situations that can be harmful for beings. So imagine yourself fully released from any kind of selfishness, from any kind of self-centeredness, from any kind of fear, from any kind of anger, being able to be at ease in any situation, regardless of the content, even having your opinion and thinking that things maybe should be this or that way, but being able to be open and loving. And then the other sentence that is very important here, Heavenly Mother, you who with 100 names. I suggested a book that is an explanation of the 21 taras. I suggested that, this is like Mary. We're just not talking about, this image that is here. It's not that it's like that. This is just like a drawing of a principle. We're talking about this divine principle that cares for all beings, that nourishes all beings. And that ultimately is the awareness that perceives the sense of I-ness of all beings. Please, Mother, bestow your magnificent blessings so that outer the illnesses, the issues with money, the whatever external illnesses that are there, the outer those are. The inner, which are the emotions that are the mental habits, the mental patterns that are holding us or causing us to experience those things. And then the hidden obstacles, which the hidden obstacle is, the real hidden obstacle is distraction from our own nature. May this be pacified and our highest intentions be swiftly accomplished. So now we come to the main section of the main section, which is the chanting of the mantra. And this is an incredible practice. If you're looking for profound, quick, lasting transformation, Tara's practice is the best. Everything else that we're doing is very important. All the practices of healing now are fundamental, and as you can, they are included, some of them here, and we cannot include all the practices in one practice. But this application to Tara and the mantra of Tara, it's really, it's beyond words what this can accomplish for everybody. So it's a truly beautiful practice. Then there's really no secret to chant the practice, but there's many techniques to do it. We'll start with this today. So the mantra is Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha, which means I salute the saviors, or I salute the mother who protects and grants me freedom. You can basically translate this into anything you want. Tare is, it repeats the Tare is the name, and then Tutare Ture means the one who saves from fear, or the one who transforms sorrow into joy. So we divide the practice of chanting in 3 parts. So Tara is in front of you, and is around you, is inside of you. So anytime we want to help somebody, it's like in a flight, they say, well, if the oxygen masks go down, please first put yourself your mask. Okay? Trying to help somebody without your mask might not be so efficient. So this is what we do here. At the beginning, we first balance ourselves with this mantra. Tara is in front of you and is shining, glowing with this beautiful, loving light. So the light is general, and you can visualize golden light or pink light, rainbow light, whatever is easy for you. And you can visualize it shining from all Tara, from her heart, or sometimes we visualize it like her right hand actually turns, and it's kind of almost above you, and there's this beautiful light. There's some acupuncture points here that relate to the heart, so the energy of the heart is transported into the hand. Or any kind of visualization that works for you. But first you feel that all this light is just surrounding you, and then starts filling you, and with all these beautiful qualities, and whatever you need the most. Okay, here I wrote some general things, but if you need clarity for your next step in life, if you need love to be able to endure a relationship, that you're anything, just make it your own. It's between you and Tara. Don't put anything in the chat, just keep it to yourself. Okay. So usually you would, when you practice on yourself, you might have a rosary, or you don't need to have it now. I'll just do a few rounds. I'm putting the mantra so you can follow the audio. If not, you can just chant at your own pace. You can reduce the volume, whatever works for you. So the practice, in case anybody is not clear, for the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes, the practice is going to be just chanting the mantra. So at your own pace. Tare tutare ture swaha. Tare tutare ture swaha. Tare tutare ture swaha. You can follow your own rhythm, or you can follow the rhythm of Nicho Ying, who is the nun who is chanting this mantra. Important thing is you chant and you're very present with feelings, very present with this presence of good qualities, very present with this presence of certainty that fundamentally life is truly magnificent, and that we experience contrast both to grow and also as the result of our previous actions. So by planting new seeds using the Tara mantra, our life can speed up the process of positive transformation. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha. 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 Feel attention resting in the mantra. Mingle with the mantra. Let the mantra mingle with your mind, mingle with your breath. You could even coordinate the mantra with the breath. You could inhale part of the mantra and then exhale part of the mantra. So find a rhythm that that feels comfortable, that feels present, and you can just be doing this for a while. Practitioners who take up a mantra practice, they might accumulate, for example, 1,200,000 mantras of Tara. That's a beginning, for example. So as one chants, one invokes the deity and sits there in chanting the mantra for 50 minutes, for an hour, for 2 hours. The practice is on allowing the vibrations of the mantra, allowing the positive vibrations, virtues of Mother Tara just naturally keep pervading, transforming habitual tendencies of our minds and the vibrational patterns in our body that might be making us sick. there's any part of your physical body or any specific problem, direct the mantra there. If you have a hip pain or knee pain, or just direct the mantra and visualize Tara in that area. And as you chant the mantra, her light radiates in that area. You can be as creative as you can or as you want. Om Tare Tu Tare Tore Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Tore Soha. And rest for a moment, let the mantra rest. It's possible that just the tune, the sounds in your head, feel surrounded by this positive experience, filled with this positive experience. If you remember the colors of the energy centers along the central channel, you can visualize them shining, feeling empowered. With a profound sense of certainty, of having the resources to transform, to enjoy your life, to keep growing in a direction that makes you feel happy and proud of yourself. Feeling calm, feeling a sense of calm, of courage. And from that sense of calmness, from that sense of love, from that sense of union with Mother Tara, now we can approach to heal somebody else. So you visualize whomever it is that you want to address, one person or several people. Visualize them in front of you. Tara is above them now. And visualize them in a good state. Bring to mind an image, a good image of them. Now, as you are chanting the mantra, Tara's light descends around them, inside of them, on their surface, and then inside of them. And as you chant, you can start chanting as I explain this. I'm going through the instructions on page 6, but you can just practice. As you chant, the person is surrounded and filled with this healing light. And all her issues, all his issues, all their issues, all their obstacles, all their illnesses, just leave the person's body and they are dissolved into the earth. And the most important thing here to do this is to do it without judgment. It's just out of pure love. There's no other agenda than this person being happy and finding a path, their path, to a fulfilling, a joyful life, where they can be a source of well-being for others as well. So we just keep chanting the mantra. So it's not you who is doing the healing, it's you who is invoking the energy of Tara that descends in this person. So we are using Tara's power. if you don't have anybody in mind that, I say, I don't know, there's nobody in mind, or this is not what I'm going to use this practice for currently, that's perfectly fine. You can just imagine a situation in your life that needs, maybe you're trying to sell a house and the house has not sold in months, and you want to, or maybe you're looking for a new job or anything so you put that situation in front of you, and Tara's light just shines there. Or you have a project, anything, you figure it out. Just the mantra of Tara, just showering that situation, bringing all good circumstances. You could put there all people who are suffering from COVID if you don't have anybody, or I'm sure you can figure something. And it is not just a physical ailment, it could be, somebody who is in an intense state of hatred, or in an intense state of mental, emotional suffering. Or as I said earlier, somebody who might be in the process of dying. If the person has already died, there's a slight difference, so don't do it now for a person that who has died. Just choose somebody else, unless you know how to do it. Because I scheduled the session only to be 75 minutes, now just rest here. If you were if you're going to do this to help somebody heal, I would suggest that you do at least 15 to 20 minutes of chanting the mantra specifically for that person once a day. Ideally, depending on the situation of the person, obviously the more you do and the more focus you do it, the better. You can visualize Tara also above the person's bed, if they're bedridden, or above the person's house. really be as creative and as specific as your situation requires. The person or the situation is in front of you, and Tara's light is surrounding them, and Tara's light sends through their body and in their heart. So visualize that person, and their body is shining with healing light, working out through whatever they need to help with. And in the center of their heart, there's either a small Tara image or just a flame that represents Tara's light. And that flame keeps radiating. You can also make little flames, little Taras that will stay in them. And if there's a liver issue or there's a pancreas issue or whatever issue there is, or if somebody, this is a Taras practice is very used also, is one of the practices used for fertility, for example. So if you know somebody who's having fertility issues, or there's a pregnancy that is threatened for whatever reason, the Tara practice is very wonderful with that. And the person is just so happy. And then a third layer to chanting the mantra that I suggest here is visualize your family tree, your family structure in front of you, your mother, your father, and then your siblings, your grandparents, your relatives, everybody from the past, from the present, and from the future. Obviously the future you don't know, the past many you don't know, but your whole family structure is here because so many of the issues that we experience are actually just family issues that happen within the family tree. So we invoke the blessings of Tara to bring her light, her love, her wisdom, to transform this into the complementary. So visualize Tara above your family tree and chant the mantra. As Tara's light expands and shines around everybody, and then inside of everybody, cleansing, purifying, transforming, revealing the highest virtues of this family. Feeling this profound love towards your family because they have provided you with the perfect set of characteristics, the perfect set of experiences, the best ones and the worst ones, for you to unfold, for you to grow, even with all the horrors that sometimes happens in families. And those are the characteristics in which you embodied, and they have provided you a place to grow. And sometimes this can be joyful, this sometimes can be quite painful. But there's this sense of love, this sense of actual gratitude for having given you a physical body and provided you with this family structure. Like Juan Lee, my teacher says, full and complete awakening is right after being able to really love your family without agenda and without resentment. Again, when you're practicing on your own, you have more time, or obviously there's no all the repetitions that I've done and all the explanations, so the practice is quicker. So you can spend more time doing the mantra practice. But imagine all these blessings from Tara have reached, permeated, surrounded everybody, and within their own capacities, whatever they are in life, and it transforms them, it transforms the blessings into whatever they need the most at this moment to keep moving forward towards finding a successful, healing, and fulfilling path in life. If in page 7, I suggest there's a possibility of making healing mantra water. So if you want to do that, after you repeat the mantra, before you make any other kind of sound, you get the water, whatever water you have, or you could do this with medicine. Usually it's done with water or liquid, but it depends on there's many indications. The easiest way is to do it with some sort of liquid, and then you blow 3 times softly, but you stay connected to Tara, to the mantra, and you blow and you envision Tara also going into the water or into the medication, into the food. And then now this water is empowered. Tastes like Tara. You could do this with a gallon of water, and then put it in a bath, and so for somebody with a bath water for somebody who also needs to heal. So that also we do. And the essence of any practice, for it really to be a complete practice, is after we have make the offerings and call upon Tara and visualize the people who are healing and all these structure that in our tradition is called the creation state. So you're developing this whole mandala of characteristics. So after this comes the moment of realizing that actually there's no Tara out there and you out here. There's no ill person out there and you out here. There's the moment of realizing that there's actually nothing to heal. There's no illness. From the relative point of view, there's a situation from the absolute point of view. This whole thing is just the pure experience of awareness, a magical display. So in page 7, in point 8, we rest in meditation. We let go of any intention of practicing, of helping. We let go of the idea of anyone practicing and anybody helping. The whole visualization of your family, the person you're healing, the Tara, all the offerings, everything comes together into light, into the heart of Tara, and then from the heart of Tara it dissolves, and just the most exquisite sensation of openness remains. Eventually this practice is better done with your eyes open. For now you can practice with your eyes closed if you want. But your mind simply rests, present and at ease. Nothing to do, nothing to undo, just simply being. Softening, arriving, softening. If the mind is too busy and you need a support, If the mind is too busy and you need support, you can use the breath. But use the sound of the breath. Support means where your attention is resting. There's two different ways in which this part of the practice is done. Some teachers will instruct you to enter into the meditation state, and as soon as thoughts start, you just move into the next section. The other way is you just set a timer for 5, 10, 20 minutes, whatever you feel like, and stay with the meditation. I think it's better to do, for us to, in general, to put a timer and to stay longer with the meditation, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 15 minutes. It's up to you. There's those two options. But the meditation has to stay very fresh. That's why some teachers say, no, as soon as thought starts, just move on. Because you might sit there and the mind you think you're doing something, but you're actually just dispersed. So the idea is that if you're going to meditate for longer in this kind of context, you are very relaxed, very open, but at the same time very vigilant, and you keep refreshing the practice, realizing, oh, I was distracted, even if it's just a tiny bit, and then arriving and softening. And then we conclude with the dedication of virtue, page 8. By the virtue accumulated through my Tara practice, may all beings, including myself, quickly attain the stage of noble Mother Tara. May all Mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have a mind of loving kindness, and may they care for one another with love, joy, and compassion. The dedication of virtue is really what seals the deal here. So by the virtue accumulated through my Tara practice, may all beings, including myself, quickly attain the stage of noble Mother Tara. May all Mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have a mind of loving kindness, and may they care for one another with joy, love, and compassion. May the sublime awakened mind be born, whatever it is unborn. Whatever it is born, may it never decrease, but continue to increase forevermore. My single prayer is, may all sentient beings have happiness and love because of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and self-grasping, the cause of suffering. May all sentient beings, I hope you will keep this prayer there to your heart, as this is the essence of all happiness in these and future lives. It is the essence of all spiritual teachings. If you have love in your heart, even those who hate you will eventually be your friends. Your actual enemies are hatred and jealousy in particular. Outer enemies are a temporary illusion arising from a deluded thought. This thought is impermanent. Thoughts come and go. Thus, if you do not let go of love, the anger in others will eventually diminish. If you love others, you wish for their happiness. As our minds are one, if you love others, it will pervade their mind and they will thus feel happy. Love is the only cause of happiness. Its nature is all pervasive like space. Love is the sunlight of the mind. Omye dharma hetu prabha prabhava hetum teham tatagato hyavadat tekan sayoniro evam vadi mahasramana yeswaha. Don't worry about that if it's new for you. Just think this is so. And then rub your hands and rub your arms. And lightly tap the face, the chest, the abdomen, and the back, the legs, the nose, rub the nose, your hands, over the eyes, inhale, times. And then massage the ears and brush your teeth with your tongue inside. Swish some saliva and then swallow. Oh, I feel so happy and so so proud of yourself in a good way. You know, you've put this time to do this. You have activated virtuous motivation. You have, you know, healed. You have contributed to the healing of somebody else, of your family. So that is completely wonderful. So this is the Tara practice that I suggest. I mentioned the references where this text comes from. I selected different parts and I adapted it to make it more familiar, and the wording, and you know, I basically have limited any kind of Sanskrit or Tibetan text, and as I say, you can, you know, use Mary, you can use any kind of deity. This is actually an example, or how deity practice is done, and it's a wonderful way to practice. So I encourage everybody who feel connected to Tara, who enjoy this practice, just to take this as, you know, part of your daily practice. If you do it by yourself, you know, you can do it with whatever time you have. Okay, and you can even just repeat the mantra for yourself. You don't have to do it for somebody else. I named the practice in this way because of you know, some of the questions that we had and some of the situations you're encountering. But I never received this practice directly like this from any of my teachers, you know, so explicitly to help others with this. It's done, but not as the main focus. But you know, I have it's done also. So I'm sharing this with you. Are there any questions? It's clear. Okay. So you know, if there's any questions, I will answer, and if not, we can once more rejoice in our fortune. And for those of you who, you know, feel inclined, maybe internally take the commitment, okay, I'm going to do this practice every day for the next year. Has nothing to do with me. I'll be very happy if some of you take up the practice. I'll be very happy to meet with you, you know, once a month or something to keep exploring the different aspects of it. this is a practice that is very used to when there's any kind of epidemics, for example. This is a practice many practitioners are doing for epidemics. It's a practice when there's any kind of natural disasters, or it's a practice that is done to balance the 5 elements. It's a practice, you know, some of our teachers have suggested to do for global warming. Or Tara, you know, the external aspect of Tara is Mother Earth too. You know, that's one of the embodiments of it. So that's for today. It's wonderful to see you, and you're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I will post this video if anybody wants to then use it for practice. But with what we've done today and the text, you can, you know, and even if you don't, you know, you can select whatever parts. If you don't have time, the essence of the practice is the mantra. But like any practice, like any relationship, you know, foreplay and in a positive way is extremely important. I learned this when I was in India. I thought a lot of these things were just whatever. I mean, so much time, let's do something else. And then once I was with a Brahmin, a friend of mine, Vivek, he did Ganesha Puja at the beginning of one of the retreats we were in Varanasi with Markji. And when I saw actually what happened literally, how, you know, Ganesha was showering back blessings to anybody who offered anything to the image. I don't know if I've ever shared this in class, but, because it's one of these things that, you know, is one's personal perception. So I said, no, actually, this is for real. So we have a very beautiful image of Mother Mary here. We have several, but one of them from Lourdes. And, you know, we make offerings to her. You've seen in our office, you know, we have also an image of Mary, and among all the Buddhas, we make constant offerings. So the offerings are very powerful, and the supplications, the taking refuge, all this gets you in a cultivates very closely this relationship. You know? And then you can do the mantra by itself, but the closer the relationship is, you know, the better. You can be chanting your mother's name, but if you call her every once in a while, it's nicer, yeah? If you can, you know, if she's still around physically. So okay. Anyway, I love Tara practice, and I hope it's of immense benefit to you.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice weekend. Big hug.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Really special.
Bye.
Thank you, Farhan. It was beautiful.
Oh, you're welcome. I don't know who is here. Oh, Pam and Andy, Diane, Cindy, Loen, Sharon, Alisa, Anna. Alisa, is that Ella? Maybe it's Ella. My dad. Oh, Charles, nice to see you.
Not Alyssa, it's Grace still.
Oh, Grace. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I was wondering who it was. Nice. I'm glad you made it. And Julie, Mary, and Melissa, Missy. Well, it's wonderful. Tara is a fantastic practice. I think it's very close to many of us in a way, because you know, especially, you know, those, I know quite a few of you are Catholic, and so there's this presence of Mary, you know, that is extremely beautiful. So this is a very good way also to establish deeper that kind of practice. So, wonderful.
Okay, thank you.
Big hug. Have a great weekend.
Yes, you too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.